Welcome to a brand new episode of Hardcover Hideout. I'm Chris,
I'm Jared.
and we've decided that we miss Hardcover Hideout. We have a new podcast, What's My Lane Again? So if you are a listener to us, that would be a nice podcast to jump over to. But for the most part, we talk all pop culture on that. And we seem to talk less about comic books in there because the other two aren't really big comic book fans.
Yeah,
So
almost zero comic book stuff.
almost
So
zero comic book stuff. So we were planning on just kind of phasing into hardcover every once in a while, but we totally miss talking comic books. And
for sure.
so our format is going to be a little different than you're used to, especially for our old listeners. We would pick a comic or a graphic novel, less known graphic novel, and that's what we would talk about the whole time. But we actually going to change it up a little and just talk comics. We're not going to limit it to just one book that we read. It's not going to be limited to just Dark Horse or one of the other less known. A lot of the comics and graphic novels I read are from them, so we will be talking about that. But I do read a lot of DC and Marvel as well, and we'll discuss that as well. But the new format is just going to be basically us chewing the shit about comic books.
That's it.
Is that a phrase? Chewing the shit?
I think it is now, though. I think you just invented something. Chewing the shit. All right.
Chewing the shit.
I don't know. Maybe not. That doesn't sound good.
What is the phrase? It's like chewing the
Shooting the shit or
shooting the shit or
I
chewing
don't know
I don't know, chewing something. Shooting the shit about comic books. I guess you don't want to chew shit.
no.
Our last recording, we talked about that special edition of Pop Scars, which again,
Good.
right off the bat, if you didn't listen to it, listen to it. And if you haven't read it, go read it. It's amazing. But
Best book of the year so far.
so far, oh
So
my
good.
God, that was so good. But just right off the bat, what have you been reading, Jared?
So, I mean, it's been a little while. We talked a little bit about this in preparation for Superman the movie. We both kind of did a Summer of Superman readathon.
Yes,
So we did that, and I went all the way back to the beginning and read Action Comics #1 all the way through, and the first 5 Superman comics, and that's a bear to get through that classic stuff. For one, he's such a different character now. He's evolved so much. Like, it was much more like street level type of character and just dealing with like everyday stuff, and he couldn't fly. It was just more like, so it's crazy to see how much the character has evolved in the last 90 or 80, 90 years. But it was hard to get through that classic stuff. But then I went and read Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, All-Star Superman. So I was reading all that. A lot of the ones that James Gunn said that he inspired him for the new movies kind of went down
exactly
that route.
Yeah, I read all the inspiration ones. Again, I love them. And I've read them before, and it was so nice to revisit them, especially All-Star Superman. Just that whole series. I mean, there are a couple episodes. I keep saying, how many years have we been doing this? It's our anniversary on 3 years of doing this. Is it 3?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
our
3
anniversary, we've been doing this for 3 years, and I still say episode. I don't say issue. There were a couple issues that were like, meh. But when you read it all in one, because of course I read the compendium, so it's not so bad. You have a issue here or there that kind of lags, but for the most part, in a whole.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in the minority with All-Star Superman. I liked it. I didn't love it. I didn't think it was the best Superman story ever. Not really a big fan of Grant Morrison. I didn't really like his Batman run either that much. So I'm kind of, have it. But it was just kind of in those middle issues. It kind of was like, seemed very disconnected with the rest of the series.
Yeah.
But I did like the beginning and how Lois got powers and their story. And I thought the ending, it was just kind of the middle was just a little, so. But otherwise, I mean, it's still a good series. I'm glad that I read it. I really like the Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow in that series, the Neil Gaiman stuff. That was, sorry, not Neil Gaiman. He wrote it was Alan Moore. Neil Gaiman did the Whatever Happened to the Kid Crusader.
The Crusader. That's
Alan Moore wrote Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow. So, and he's got his own unique writing style as well. But overall, I'm glad I read it. It wasn't, I don't think I saw anything in the movie where I was like, oh, that was from this or that. James Gunn kind of went his own direction with it, a lot of it. But
yeah, it was mostly, you saw the inspiration. It wasn't like, oh, he pulled that exactly from that storyline or that comics. It was more of the inspiration, the look, the feel of that Superman had a lot. I mean, mostly I felt the feel from All Star
Yeah.
is where I got that, but I didn't see All Star in there. And they made little comments here and there. I mean, like the robots, of course. It
Hmm.
seems very All Star.
Absolutely.
With the situations going on and how he is. I mean, because an All Star, Clark Kent is this huge dude. He's
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
and
He's
even when
massive.
he's like slouching over, he's still like a huge dude. He's like Lenny from of Mice and Men. He's like, no matter what you do and how you draw him, he's still this massive dude. And so I kind of got that from the new Superman movie where, looking at him, I'm like, and I was so happy that they brought up the whole hypnotic glasses, which is like a little storyline that was years ago in a
Hmm.
Superman that was never brought up again, and he brought it up.
Yeah, yeah, it was a little. It was very good, yeah, because they never mentioned anything about that in any of the other movies. So that was an interesting way to go about that. But
Yeah.
I thought he looked different enough, even without the hypnotic glasses, that you could, so. But and then yeah, if you want to know what we found, what we thought about the movie, go listen to our other
Oh, yeah.
podcasts.
What's my lane again?
What's
The
my lane
Superman
again?
issue,
Yeah,
the which we discuss in length that movie, which was still one of my
yeah,
best movies I saw this summer.
oh yeah, for sure. I
I mean,
agree.
it was the best Superman I've ever seen. And I know there's a bunch of the Schneider like feel the people out there who are, oh, Schneider, he made the best Superman. No, he
Rob Schneider,
yeah, Rob Schneider. Snyder. I keep
Snyder.
saying Schneider. Snyder.
Yeah,
The Snyders
the
who
Snyder cut.
like, oh, he made the best Superman. No, he made the best Batman that starred Superman. So Superman's not supposed to be dark and brooding and all about. That's Batman. That's why they fought because he's like, that's my gig. Save Martha. Why would you say that? That's my line. So that's
Oh my god,
why.
it's so bad.
That's why this was Superman. This was Superman. The colors, the brightness, his happiness, how he feels he's more human than he is Kryptonian. And so
Mhm.
we don't need to go off on a tangent about that since we already have a podcast. You can go look to it. What's my lane again? Located at every podcast availability.
Shameless plug. All
Yep.
right.
Will you read anything else?
Yeah, so after that, after my Superman readathon, got into the Black Hammer again, the World of Black Hammer, Volume 5. I don't think you've ever read any Black Hammer. It's by Jeff Lemire, who I'm a big fan of, and you're kind of iffy on him with some stuff,
Iffy.
but
Iffy.
he doesn't. He just
The
writes it.
underwater welder.
Yeah. Well, I think we're both under the same consensus that his writing is great and his drawing is, kind of depends on the story,
Right.
you know.
All right.
Sometimes it works for the story,
Sometimes not.
sometimes not. But he just writes this one. Well, he created Black Hammer, but this one is in the world of Black Hammer. So it takes his characters and he basically it's each issue is written by a different or each issue is by a different creative team. So you have Patton Oswalt, who writes one of them, the actor who is also
I
writing.
love Patton Oswald.
Yeah,
He's great.
he's
All right.
actually writing his own comic now too, called Minor Threats.
He's a big
So
nerd,
yeah,
so it doesn't surprise me.
yeah, you have Scott Snyder, Mariko
Scott.
Tamaki, Zdarsky, Kelly Thompson, Cullen Budd, a whole
So
bunch
they're
of
all
people.
writing like an issue, or
They each write. So it's not. It's like an anthology. So it just takes the characters from Black Hammer, and they each write their own story
gotcha.
within that universe. But, I really like. I mean, I really enjoy it. It's kind of Jeff Lemire's kind of love letter to superheroes in a way. Like you can really see like the characters he has in there. You're like, he took that from this from like Captain America, or you took this from Shazam, and like you can kind of see how he's just taking a lot of his favorite heroes and kind of changing them around and making kind of his own story. But if you want to there's quite a bit of there's like 5 volumes, 5 big like library editions, but I would recommend you get into Black Hammer if you're looking for something a little bit different. It's superhero-y, but it's kind of not at the same time. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's just like
Like the boys superhero or
no,
like,
not it's not that. No, it's
well, I'm trying to figure out what you mean by it is, but it's not. Like,
so it has to do with superheroes, but it's not about them being superheroes. It's more about their lives.
okay.
and
So
they're
s
then together. So it's basically these, I can't remember, 5 or 6 um superheroes, and they're all fighting this big monster, and then all of a sudden they just vanish and they all end up on a farm together. And then it's kind of like figuring out what, and they can't leave and they're stuck. They can't get off this farm.
no,
Or it's not a
no,
farm. It's like it's kind of like a very rural like city, like town.
no, Billy, he didn't
Yeah.
die. We sent him to the
And
farm.
so the whole thing is like trying to figure out what's going on. So and then there's a whole bunch of really cool characters, but yeah, so that's kind of what I mean. But it's more about them, their lives, and them interacting together because they don't like go and fight crime, but they all have powers. If that makes sense. So, anyways, you just have to read. Just read
Oh,
the
yeah,
first like
yeah,
5 issues, and you'll kind of get what I'm saying
alright, I'll try it.
about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm always up to read something new. Oh, didn't you just read no, no, you bought. See, I get confused because with your Instagram, the Hardcover Hideout, you like to show everything you buy, yet sometimes you don't read those damn comics for, like, 2 years because you just got, like, the Nightwing like
I went on a whole night. Yeah, I got like 4 Nightwing books in one order.
yeah.
They just came out with the New 52 Nightwing, and then the Tom Taylor Nightwing, which is supposed to be one of the best Nightwing runs ever. So I'm really looking forward to reading that. And then there was the Prince of Gotham, and then there was the compendium stuff before that by Chuck Dixon. So I went on like a whole Nightwing thing. So eventually I'm gonna have like a Nightwing readathon because I mean I've only read Nightwing within the Batman comics. So I'm looking. Well, that's not, I have read some of the other issues in the New 52, but I haven't read a ton of Nightwing. But
Yeah,
I
me
know
neither.
I like the character, and I want to but I was really looking forward to that Tom Taylor one. So yeah, those are ones I just bought and posted on there.
Now, you said you started the Superman from the Golden Age. Did
Correct.
you go all the way through, or did you stop?
No, so yeah, so I got a book, DC's Finest. They're like the Marvel Epic collections. So now DC is putting out, they're called DC Finest, and they're basically like it's their kind of their version of the Marvel Epic collection where they pick a character and or storylines, and they publish like a certain amount of issues. So it's like it was Action Comics 1 through 22, I believe, and then Superman 1 through 5. So it went from 1938 to 1941.
Okay, so like
So
the
it's
very
that era.
beginning.
And then I skipped to the more modern stuff. Yeah.
Okay,
Because
so
it took me forever to like literally I read 2 of the other Superman books before I
yeah.
finished the classic one. Because
Now, before
it was
you,
just hard to get through.
when you finally skipped, did he have all his powers, or were there still certain ones he didn't have yet?
Well,
Because
within that and
as we've
within
discussed,
yeah.
sorry,
Go ahead.
they tend to like give him a power for a situation. Like a new power will show up, so he no longer
Mhm.
can jump 36 feet. Now he can fly.
Yeah.
He
Well,
could
yeah.
now freeze things with his breath for some reason.
So just within the book of the with the classic, the golden age stuff, he doesn't get any more powers. He can jump
Okay.
high, he can run, he has the impenetrable skin, he doesn't have breath, the super breath, he doesn't have the laser eyes, he can't fly. Well, yeah, and then by the time when I went ahead, of course, to like the Alan Moore stuff and the Grant Morrison stuff, by then he had
Yeah.
all those other powers.
Does
So
he
yeah,
does he have X-ray vision to begin with? That's something that comes later as well, isn't it?
I'm trying to. I think he did in the one I was reading, but it like they didn't. They would just tell you in the captions. Like they didn't. I don't think they really knew how to like draw it yet. Like how do we do this? They
The
were just like,
little dashes.
yeah, they would, yeah, something, or maybe they did some. Yeah, I think there was a few issues where they mentioned like, yeah, he Superman looks through, you know, with his X-ray vision or his microscopic vision. He zooms in on this, or like they just mention stuff like that. But and then of course the super hearing they mention, they just tell you like, they show the people and it's like, well, using a super hearing, Superman hears them talking about the
Yeah.
heist or whatever it is. So yeah. So yeah, it is interesting, but yeah, I couldn't. I might get back to some of that golden age stuff, but I needed to, I wanted to get to those other books and get those read before the movies.
Yeah. But so if you listen to What's My Lane again, you'll know I'm a big Smallville fan because I will mention Smallville At least
Any
once
chance
every
you get.
podcast, any chance I get. But recently, I've been watching Superman and Lois. There's only 4 seasons of it. That's actually pretty good. I started to watch The Adventures of Lois and Clark from the 90s, the early 90s. That's fucking
Terrible.
horrible. Fucking horrible. I could not get through. I watched maybe 6 episodes and I was like, I'm not rewatching this. It is so bad. So bad.
Yeah, I can imagine. It
Not to
seems
mention, I'm glad I didn't watch it now with Mr. Iceman himself, Dean Cain.
the Iceman. Yeah,
But anyways,
yeah, yeah.
not that kind of podcast.
I did watch the first half of Superman and Lois, and
Now
then I think I was kind of telling you before it kind of got
yeah,
a
that's what I was
little
gonna
like, go
teenager,
ahead.
like,
The
but
teenage kid was
well,
kind of annoying,
Dawson's
and then
Creek.
yeah, and then I kind of lost interest and I never got back to it. But I think it would might be something I would
Yeah.
watch again, or
Yeah, I mean, it's
try
only
again.
4 seasons, and, like, I'm already on the last season, so it goes by really fast. They have a lot of stuff that you're like, "Oh," it seems not so much James Gunn, like, was, like, inspired by it, but it's it follows more like the James Gunn's world, with the Daily Planet with the planet on top, and, the Fortress of Solitude, it actually looks like an ice castle, like, with spears, and it seems to go off more of the Christopher Reeve and what James Gunn, of course, they were before James Gunn, went off of. Whereas Superman is more of a human being, nice guy with colors. And the one thing that does get me that it's gone. So this is technically taking place like years later. Superman is now married to Lois Lane. They moved to Smallville. They have 2 teenage boys who are both 15 years old, turning 16.
Oh yeah, they're
And
twins, right?
yeah,
I
they're
forgot about
identical
that.
twins. Well, they're
Yeah,
twins, they're fraternal twins, and one of them gets powers, the other one doesn't. But it's more of like following their life of what it's like, trying to be in a normal family while you have one son who has the abilities of Superman and your father's Superman and trying to balance, like, talk about a work life balance, and that's what it basically is. And they do some things that, spoiler, and I'm going to spoil it for you, they give Lois cancer. And so one whole season is her dealing with cancer.
wow,
And so that was kind of like, whoa, it made it kind of real, but
yeah,
it is really, really good. I actually enjoy it. And he plays
yeah.
a really good Superman.
Yeah, yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think overall, I mean, a lot of people hate on like the Arrowverse, but I think
Yeah.
overall it
Oh,
was
I love the
a lot of
Arrowverse.
yeah, it was so good. There was some of it went on a little too
Longer
long
than
maybe,
and
but
some of it was like, like, okay, I enjoyed the Tomorrow, what is it? The
Legends of Tomorrow,
Legends of Tomorrow,
yeah,
the
that was
first
good.
season. I liked
Yeah,
the first season. And then it kinda went the way that Shield went for me as well. That it just kinda lost me for a while, and I couldn't get back into it. Same with Supergirl. I actually plan on, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna watch
mhm,
Supergirl
yeah,
just
I watched all of
because
it.
yeah, I watched the first, like, season and a half, when it was still on CBS, right? Is that what it was? It was CBS first.
No, I
And
think oh, no, you're right.
right, it was
They did do the first season on CBS and
yeah,
then
the
it moved to
first season because
CW.
remember, Calista Flockhart
Yeah,
was the boss,
she was Cat.
and
Yeah,
yes, she was Cat, and then when the CW took over and it was joining the Arrowverse, the next season, I believe, she's like they moved it to Canada, and she's
yeah, they
like,
shot in
"Yeah, yeah."
Vancouver, yeah, because it was a
Yeah,
lot
she's
cheaper.
like, "I'm not moving to Vancouver. I'm sorry. I'm married to Harrison Ford. I don't have to I don't have to
You
I don't
know,
need the money. This was just for
yeah,
fun."
right.
So, I do believe she showed up for a few guest spots, but then that was it. So, but that's as far as I got. I got to when they first moved, and then, I watched a few episodes because I did watch The Flash and I watched, Arrow, and, they had the crossovers, and when Supergirl joined them, I did see the episode where the Flash crossed dimensions and ended up on the different Earth, and that's where we meet Supergirl, but I never actually watched the show.
Right.
So I think I'm gonna do that next.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, I think it's worth watching. They get a lot of good characters on there, a lot of good villains that they bring in. Yeah. What about
Go ahead.
what was I say? Oh, if you're still talking about shit, I was asked about reading wise.
So, are you done reading? Are you done with your reading?
What do you mean?
Like, are you
For
do you no, I
forever?
mean, like
I mean, I'm probably gonna read more
I mean,
eventually.
is there anything else you've been reading you wanna talk about?
Well, the Department of Truth, which but
Right, well, we both read
we
that
both
one
read
then.
that. We can
That
talk
was
about that.
technically, when we were still gonna thinking about doing the same format, we picked that one and, uh, yeah, it was well,
It was fine.
it was yeah. I mean, we'll talk about
But
it. But
anyways,
for
you can go.
for me, I've been reading a few. I've been reading. Have you ever heard of the Deviant?
Sounds
James
familiar.
Terry, James Tyrion the Fourth. Tyrion,
Tynan.
James Tynan. Is it Tynan? Oh
Tynan.
yeah, it is James Tynan the Fourth. I've only just started it. It's a horror comic.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah.
serial.
He's the
It's
same
a
one that wrote The Department of Truth.
Department of Truth. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, a bunch of stuff. Some
Yeah, a
Days
bunch of
Killing of
stuff. Oh, we
Children,
there's a lot of stuff.
bunch
Yeah,
of
a lot of stuff.
bunch of Batman, a ton. He writes everything.
He's a big into the horror kind of. It's basically we're following. It's jumps a lot too because like, and I've just started it, so I've only read a few issues. It is about a serial killer, and we jump in time. Like it's a serial killer from the '70s who was a mall Santa, and he was killing children. And then we jump to the present where it's a guy interviewing the serial killer. And then we jump to his past when he was a kid and he found the house of the serial killer. And it's really, I don't know where it's going with it, but I kind of get the hint that the guy who's doing the interviewing is going to be our new serial killer. But like I said, I've only read the first like 2 issues.
Is this, well, I don't know if you know this then. Is this an ongoing, currently ongoing, or is
I
this
don't know.
not?
It's got 2 volumes. I know it has two
Okay.
volumes, and each volume has about 6 issues.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because
So
this is Image or it's Prey Image, right?
it's
I think it's Image.
pre-image. It's
Prey
is it
Image.
Tillman?
No, who's the
It's image.
publisher?
I'm sorry, it's
Yeah.
Image Comics. Yeah, it's image.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
It's
That's who
basically
he
the
writes for when he's not doing DC stuff,
the headline
mostly.
is Hannibal meets Silent Night is what it's their little tagline.
Should have saved
So
that for Christmas time.
yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I have to look into that one. Yeah, it did sound familiar. Like I thought I had seen something about that. It's fairly recent, right? I mean, it's
But
not
yeah,
that.
fairly
Yeah,
recent. Yeah, same.
yeah.
The next one I read too is really recent. It's actually an ongoing series, but I just read the one off because it is Archie meets Jay and Silent Bob.
What? I
So
didn't know that.
Kevin Smith wrote
Yeah.
an Archie issue, and
Oh
it's just a
wow,
one-off, and it's basically called Kevin Smith presents Archie meets Jay and Silent Bob.
that's awesome.
It is basically a Clerks episode. It's like Clerks 4.
Is it R rated though? Like
Oh yeah,
okay, I
it
was
is
like, is it?
R-rated.
They put him
Language
in like
wise,
the arch.
R-rated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
language wise.
language wise, it's R-rated
Yeah.
because of course you have it takes place. Archie gets a job at the Quick Stop, and so you have all the characters from the Clerks movies,
Yeah,
and then you get
that's
all the
funny.
Archie characters, and it is awesome, and you could totally tell it was written by Kevin Smith. I mean,
Yeah.
just the storyline, the dialogue. It's the whole premise is Archie's looking for a job. He gets a part-time job at the Quickie Mart. Not Dante, the other one, hires him.
Randall.
Randall hires him. Did you watch Clerks 3?
Oh yeah,
Okay, so you know
Yeah.
that Dante died.
Yeah.
Okay, spoiler. Hey, spoiler, Dante died in Clerks 3.
yeah.
And so
Well, if you haven't seen it yet, it's been out for
yeah,
how
it's been
long?
for a long time. And so the main storyline is that Jay's daughter, played by Kevin Smith's daughter,
Yeah.
Harley Quinn Smith,
Right.
really wants to go see Josie and the Pussycats that are in Jersey playing that night. And Archie tells them that, well, I can get you backstage passes and tickets to the Riverdale show because we're opening for them, the Archies. And so it's all excited. So it's basically the whole cast of Clerks ends up in Riverdale at the concert. Archie gets sick and Jay takes over as the lead singer of the Archies. It is funny. It is so fucking hilarious. I loved it.
Okay.
And it's just a one-off, and it's one issue,
Yeah.
so it's not like
I
a
just
big.
I just got it on Hoopla just now. So I don't know anything about Archie though. I mean, I know of Archie, but I've
Do you
never
know the
read
characters?
any. No, I know Riverdale is like set in that universe, the show, but
Yeah, that
I
was
never read any Archie. I just know
okay.
of
I
Archie.
grew up. That was one of my first comics I started with was Archie because you can get those little volumes, those little tiny volumes of Archie that I would always get at the grocery store when we went grocery shopping.
Right.
Archie was kind of one of the first when I was like 6 years old. I would read. I had like a huge crush on Betty and Veronica. Although I think every young
Right. Betty and
adolescent,
Veronica. Yeah.
It's Betty, Veronica, Archie, Jughead. They're all in it. And he rehashes and he makes fun of it. He rehashes Clerks 1 because there's a scene where Veronica brings him lasagna for lunch. And Randall's like, done. We've already done that. It's already happened before. Because Archie's like, God, have you ever had the girlfriend bring you lasagna?" And we're like, he's like, "Yes, it's happened before. This is nothing new."
That's really funny. Yeah. I'm gonna read that this week for sure.
Yeah, it just I mean,
Like
it's
it's only like 50 pages.
50 pages and it's a one
Yeah.
issue, so it's
Yeah.
really quick. It's
That's
really
really
good.
good. I'll read that this week. I'll add that to my list.
And then, of course, the big things I've been reading is I have been reading the DC Absolute Universe. So I'm up to date on Absolute Superman, and I'm just about up to date on Absolute Batman. Their taglines for the Absolute Universe is basically, what if the origin stories weren't the way you thought, and you just had Superman and Batman absolute? That's it, just them with their powers. It's different. It's way different.
It's way
Like,
different. Yeah.
yeah. So Scott Snyder is writing the Absolute Batman,
Who wrote the
and
Superman?
that's what I'm gonna look at right now.
I don't remember who it was.
I've been reading mostly because since I've caught up toward the Superman, I have to wait till
Yeah.
the new issues show up.
Right.
So the premise,
Yeah, as I watched a little overview about the Batman one, and it's like, oh, is mom still alive?
yeah. So with Batman,
Alfred is not
he's
really
not rich.
he's not rich. He's like a construction worker or something.
Yeah, he's actually an engineer. So
Engineer. Okay.
he's still like really smart, but he isn't. He wasn't rich, not from money. His dad was a teacher, an elementary school teacher.
Right.
His mom works for the mayor's. Like she's now in the comics, she's now the deputy mayor or something. Jason Aaron is the one who's
Oh,
writing the
nice.
absolute. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, he's good. I like Jason.
and so with the Absolute Batman, it's his father. They had like a mass shooting at a zoo trip, and his father shoved them all the kids into the bat sanctuary and locked them in there and protected them. He got shot and killed while doing that, blocking the door. And then the bats end up attacking Bruce, and like he's like just covered in bats when they find him. So
Wow.
hence the Batman. But it's mostly about like Alfred is like for hire killer, Pennyworth, and he is hired to track what's going on. And this gang of, they call them the party goers, are just causing havoc in Gotham and killing people. And there's no rhyme or reason to what they're doing. They're just everywhere. And so Pennyworth was hired to observe what they're doing. And that's when he sees Batman. And Pennyworth, I mean, he basically finds out who Batman is in like half a second. Like the next page, he's like, "All right, so Bruce Wayne is Batman." I'm like, "What the hell? How did you like?"
Well, that's
uh,
funny.
and so there's a scene where he's like, "Okay, well, I know who Batman is." Bruce was visiting his mom, and that's when you find out Martha's still alive. And he's like, "I have the perfect shot. I'm going to take him out now." And then he gets a text that says, "No, we don't care about him. Go back to your normal." And so like, all right, so he leaves them alone. But it's interesting. The art wise, it reminds me a lot of Frank Miller's The Dark Knight.
Mm.
It's like just reading it, I just get that vibe.
And this one is like Batman is huge. He's like six
He's
foot nine or
huge.
something.
And it's really weird because he's like 6'9". He looks like Bane. He's
Yeah.
like if Bane was Batman, and that's what he looks like. And all of his friends are all the villains. They're not villains now, but all of his friends are the villains. I mean, like he gets together for poker night and he works out with them at the gym, but it's like Ozzy, the Penguin. He's the Riddler, Killer Croc, who's not a Killer Croc yet anymore, and Selena. So they're all his friends that he grew up with because he ended up growing up in like the Hell's Kitchen kind of thing. What do they call their slum?
Shit.
That's where he grew up.
Yeah. I know what you're
So
talking about. That
So
kid.
yeah, so when they're getting together and they all have the persona, you can see the bad guy in them, but they're not the bad guys yet. Like Ozzy has like the little beak nose. Edward wears a question mark necklace and is always like acting like he's acting more smarter, God, acting smarter than everyone at the table. Killer Croc is like this huge guy because he works at the Croc gym. He owns the Croc gym. And then Selena she wears like in one of the photos, we haven't met her physically yet as an adult, but in
Yeah.
the kids photo they're showing, she's wearing the little kids' cat ears. So it's interesting how all the villains are his friends right now. And so I'm like, are they going to be villains? They just like bringing them in so we'll go, oh, look who it is, but won't necessarily turn into who we know they're going to be. Same with the Joker. Now, ironically, the Joker is mentioned first, well, at least when I read it, in Superman, Absolute Superman, as one of the bad guys funding all of this. Because it's in Superman, the bad guys right now, again, we're crossing over the Joker and Raja Ghul. Raja Ghul owns the company called like Internal Life, and they're the ones who are causing all the havoc and killing people in Superman.
Interesting.
And it's really funny because the soldiers for Raja Ghul's soldiers are called the Peacemakers, and they all wear the Peacemaker outfit. So they all
That's
have
awesome.
the metal helmet and wear that red and blue
Red and
shirt
blue.
with the white pants. So they're like just 100 different Peacemakers. It's really funny. But yeah, and then in Batman, we also get, them talking about the bad guy Joker, and we get to see the Joker, and he looks like Bruce Wayne. He looks like a businessman who's like really rich, and he's wearing like a nice suit, but he's got like a really weird smile, but he's not like white and green hair. He just has like the big grin.
So they're all the storylines cross over then.
Oh
It's
yeah.
all so it is like it's all one universe. This
They
absolute
haven't
universe.
they
Yeah.
haven't yet, but I'm assuming they're going to somehow cross over because the fact that with Batman Absolute, and I still want to read Absolute Wonder Woman
Yeah.
and
That one looks
Absolute
cool.
Flash, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to find out if they cross over as well.
Yeah. It's just DC doing another
They just love their different worlds.
yeah. They're Elseworlds and all that.
Yep.
Because I mean the regular series are still going on. They're
Oh, yeah.
actually coming out with renumbering Batman at #1. It's
Yep.
coming out next month and they're starting off a new volume of that. So that series is still going on, the main continuity. But yeah, they love doing their little Elseworlds and all their their other storylines. So it's and now Scott Snyder and Joshua Williamson are also doing another thing called DCKO, where it's almost like the what is it, Injustice, like the video game. It's
Oh,
like that.
right.
It's like a big tournament that they're
Yeah.
having.
Well, remember
And
when
yeah,
Injustice became a comic?
yeah,
Like after the video game, it became its own comic.
right.
Um, and now
Yeah,
they have
so
a crypto comic, of course.
of course.
So yeah, so that's what I've been reading. I'm going to start reading as well. That you gave me. Is it 21 Bullets? Is that what it's called? It's physical. I have it
Stray
physically.
Stray Bullets.
Stray Bullets. That's it. Which you gave me. I'm going to read that too.
That's good. That's kind of like it's a crime book. It's kind of like if Quentin Tarantino wrote a comic book. So it's a lot like that. There's some slow parts in there where you're like, it's kind of a slow burn at some point, but it's a lot of it pays off where you're like, why are we learning about this character? And then 2 issues later they show up and you're like, oh, or
Right.
you're like they're like find out in another issue like, oh, that guy was there the whole time at this, you don't realize that he was at this party. So, but I think you'll like it. It's just, yeah, you have
Yeah.
to let me know what you think about it.
I'll let you know. It's going to be weird actually reading a physical book.
Yeah, I know you got all the
I always got them on my digital, so
in the digital.
I have to pick a time where I can sit in the front room on the love
Mm,
seat and read because I can't read in bed. Because
right,
the digital's nice because my wife can go to bed, turn the lights off, and I can still read with the digital, but
right. Yeah, I
not
do
with the
that.
physical books.
Yeah, that's what I do if I want to lay in bed. I grab the tablet and something on there. So, but yeah,
Awesome. Did you want to talk really quick about the one we'd actually planned on doing, and then we both read it and we're like, let's just change the format.
yeah. Well, yeah, it's really selling it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're going to talk about this, do a whole episode on this book, and then we decided to change the whole format after
Yep.
reading it.
James Tinian
James.
Tite. Say
So
his name.
he has the most mispronounced name, or the
Yep.
different. Everyone it says
Tinian.
no, no.
Tinian.
Most people say Tynian, but I've listened to him say his name, and it's Tynan. So
Tynan. So
the
the I is
the
silent.
I is silent. It's James Tynan.
All right. Well, now I know. James Tynan the fourth.
Yeah,
The I is silent.
yeah. So,
Okay.
anyways, yeah,
So, anyways, we read The Department of Truth, Complete Conspiracy, Deluxe Volume 1.
yep,
It was not really what I thought it was going to be.
yep,
Now,
yeah.
don't get me
That's
wrong. I mean, I didn't find anything wrong with the writing. It's just, it was way too deep and
deep in
too,
yeah. Like what did they say? Deep, they got deep in the weeds,
yeah,
or
the deep in the
it's
weeds. I
like
mean,
you really have to know about like
conspiracies, like a
you get all
lot
these,
of different
and we're
conspiracies.
yeah, like stuff like very obscure, like the whole thing with the Denver airport thing.
Yeah,
I
the
was like,
Denver
what
airport.
the
Yeah.
hell is that about?
I'm
And like
like,
that painting, and then there's like I don't know, the lizard people pictures
well, I knew
show
about the
up, and
lizard
I'm like,
people, yeah, I
yeah,
know, but the one that really, I mean, well, I was really happy when we got to the Bigfoot episode, the
yeah,
Sasquatch, because I was like, "Oh, I know this." Like,
yeah.
"Oh,
I was too.
this one,"
I was like, okay,
and that one also was, like, a little light and, like, a little lighthearted. I mean, they were all so, like, dark and, like, deep, and the at the end there with, like, the face to face, and you're like, "Oh," it's like, "Are you gonna kill me now?" I'm like, "Oh, man, this is hard to read." It's just, considering, like, the world we live in right now, sometimes I look at comics the way I look at movies. I don't wanna go
it's
see a
yeah,
dramatic movie. I wanna go see Superman where it's fun and lighthearted. I get to escape reality for a little while. This one was almost like reality being shoved down my throat, even just with how the world now is just full of conspiracy theories
yeah,
about everything.
right.
The
So
Haitians
yeah, I
eating
mean,
dogs and
yeah, yeah, the dog man, and but
dog
I
man.
mean, I kind of like the concept of it, where it's like, people, if enough people believe in something, it'll manifest in
Yeah.
reality. That's kind of the whole premise
Well,
of the
that's
whole
so,
book.
yeah.
Yeah, so then at the very beginning, you see this guy get in a plane or a helicopter, and then you see the flat Earth, like the Earth just falls off, and
Yep.
there's the big ice sheet, and then he's like, what the hell? And then you find out like it's not actually there. I mean, it is, but it's not at the same time. And then the leader of the Department of Truth is Lee Harvey Oswald, of all
Yep.
people. It's like, and then yeah, and it's like, well, he's one of the manifestations too, because people, I guess, conspiracy theory that he's still alive, or he never died, or I don't really know
Well,
about
I remember the old days, like, our conspiracy theories where, like, Elvis was still alive, and
right.
it's
That's
like
what I thought.
every star
Yeah,
that died, like, they were like, "Oh, they're still alive."
yeah.
Diane
Tupac's
Princess
still
Diana,
alive
yeah,
too.
Tupac's still alive, Princess Diana's still alive, Jim Morrison's still alive, Marilyn
Yeah,
Monroe's still alive. I mean, that was fun conspiracies, like, "Oh, I saw Elvis down at the Arkansas Piggly Wiggly." But
yeah, and that's kind of what I thought this book was going to be more of,
yeah,
like
same
that,
here.
like with a
Bigfoots,
Bigfoot, which we got,
aliens, yeah.
the Loch Ness monster,
I
more about
assumed the lizard
aliens.
people were gonna
Yeah,
be in it, but, because that's one of, like, the biggest conspiracy theories is that there's
hmm
a bunch of people who are lizard
shape
people that
shifting
were
lizard
shape-shifting
people.
people. Oh, yeah. And, they did discuss that a little.
Justin Bieber, apparently
Yeah,
he's
he's a lizard person.
he's a lizard person apparently.
What is it? Oh, skinwalkers. I love the new one where there's skinwalkers. But that I would have, like, loved because, I mean, like, "Oh, it's just a book about conspiracies." Like, "Oh, he." This one I was like, "Ugh."
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was like a couple issues in, and I was like, this is not what I thought. And then it kind of like took me like a couple days to get back to it, and I was like,
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna get through it. But this is you know, it's very deep. It's not like, yeah, like you said, if you wanted something fun, or like, it's not funny, it's not really an escape from anything. You're just learning about, you know,
All the conspiracies out there
all
and
the
some of the
conspiracies.
deep,
Yeah.
deep conspiracies, like, again, like you said, I was looking for something fun, like, the Loch Ness conspiracies or,
Right. Yeah.
Elvis
And
is
they
still alive conspiracy.
and they mention stuff like that, but very
Yeah.
briefly. I
But I was
mean,
just gonna say, but it's very, like, they mention.
yeah.
We don't
Except
get
for the
it. We don't
Bigfoot
get an
one, where
issue.
we actually get like 2
A
issues
whole
of the
episode, yeah.
Bigfoot. I think it was, yeah, it was a little bit, was it just 1, or I thought it was 2
1. I
issues?
thought it was just 1 issue.
Oh,
You could be
okay.
right. It could be 2. I wasn't paying
Yeah,
attention
or at least it
because
led into 1.
when you read the, like, the compendium, sometimes they just flow right into each other.
Yeah, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, I mean, and if you like James Tynion,
Yeah.
he's, it's very dense as
It's
well, as
very
far
his
as,
thing.
yeah, it's his thing. It's a lot of there's parts in there where it's like it's a journal, and there's a lot, it's almost turns into like a prose book halfway through it.
Yep, where
So
you're like, "Oh my
there's a
god,
lot
it's a lot
of,
of reading."
but but I thought the Martin Simmons, the artist, I think his artwork worked really well with that. Like, it was
Well,
very, like,
no,
gritty and dark, and
I did not care for the
yeah,
art, but I will agree that his
it's
artwork matched this book.
yeah, it wouldn't work in, a lot of other comics, but I think it worked. And him and James did this work together on the new Dracula as
Yep,
well for Universal Monsters, and I read issue 1, and it's the exact same type of art, and it works really well with that type of character and that story. So
yep.
But yeah,
It's
it's just
his
not for everybody.
the way I would describe his art is what a scratched record sounds like. Because, when you
Okay.
listen to in like the old days, a scratched record, and it was like, like
Yeah.
like all his art is like lines through it and scratchy and like, shaky. And again, I was telling you earlier, the word bubbles. I mean, it's very picky, but my OCD hated the fact that the word bubbles were basically like the normal circle or oval shaped with the little
Yeah.
pointing to what they're talking. But then he outlined it with like a square,
Yeah.
and I was just like, "Ugh," that was driving me nuts. I don't know why, but that drove me nuts.
Yeah, that didn't really bother me. Oh, yeah, I thought it was fine. There was a lot of like full spread pages where you got to read. It's like I thought that those worked well. It was easy to follow. It's not, but yeah, that didn't. I didn't really notice that too much. It didn't bother me.
Yeah. It's not something like I will continue to read if it's continue going.
It's still
Yeah,
going on right now.
you said that there was maybe a spinoff coming.
It's already out. Yeah,
Is it out?
it's called Wild Fictions. I think it's more about the Bigfoots and the cryptid creatures
See,
and things like that. That's what I think it's more about that.
well, that I would probably read.
Yeah, let's see. But yeah, other than that, I started reading Lucifer Omnibus, which is from the Lucifer from the Sandman. That's by the Sandman, of course, by Neil Gaiman. But this is written by Mike Carey, and so it's just if you've seen the Lucifer show, is based on this character where
Well,
he
that's what I was
goes,
gonna ask.
yeah,
If
he leaves hell. Yeah, I mean,
this
it's
is and
not it's
opens a
not anything
nightclub.
like the show. They basically just took the character
Yeah.
and that premise that he goes leaves hell and he opens a nightclub. And other than that, that's kind of pretty much where the similarities end. This is more him
He
actually
doesn't
like,
work with a cop and solve
no,
crimes.
no, not yet. At least I don't think so. No, it's just Lucifer being the devil
Right.
and being Lucifer. So, but it's good. I think the writing's really good, and it's a lot like the Salmon in that Lucifer is not always really the main character, like in the story. It's about other characters, and then he kind of comes in either somewhere in the middle or the end, and he kind of interacts with that character, and then it goes on to the next story. So it's more about just people, other characters. But but you never read the Sandman, so you don't really. I don't think
No,
you read
I
very much of
watched.
it.
Oh, no, that's not true. I did read. I see. I'm mixing up because I did watch the show.
Yeah,
So, but I do remember. I think I did read a few issues of the Sandman, Neil Gaiman's.
yeah,
So I think I did.
I read all of it. It was really good. And then I'm also started watching the show, the new season 2 of Sandman. So I just watched the first episode so far.
Yeah, I need to finish the first season.
Let's see. But yeah, but anyways, it's I'm only, I don't know, 6-7 issues in, but I'm enjoying it. Other than that, that's basically it. And then just watching some stuff here and there, but
Yeah, same here.
but we don't need to
Yeah, that's
do.
that's the other
That's the other
podcast.
one.
They won't talk about comics. We won't talk about TV shows and
That's
movies,
right. Even though you already did,
except Superman.
except Superman and Smallville and
Anything that deals with Superman or comic books.
yeah, right, yeah, comic book related.
Okay, so you got
Yeah,
a game for us, right?
I do.
All right, you have a game for us.
I do have a game for us for you. I'm gonna test your
For me.
comic book. I'm gonna test your comic book knowledge.
Oh no.
I'm gonna give you two characters, and you have to tell me who came first. Which character debuted first out of these two? Out of the two that I'm gonna list. All
Okay.
right.
All right.
All right, I'll start off easier and then it'll get harder. All right. I'm pretty sure you know this one. All right. Who came first? Stroke or Deadpool?
Oh, Deathstroke, because they claim that they stole everything from Deathstroke for Deadpool.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they were just making fun
Yeah.
making fun of him. And then
I
they're
think
like,
that make.
now,
Yeah, I think that.
yeah. You want to take a guess of
All right, so Deathstroke, I want to say came out in like, I'm probably a little too early 76, 77.
that's
And then
close.
Deadpool was like 1983, 84.
So, Deathstroke was 1980
Oh, okay.
and Deadpool was 1991.
Oh, 91. Oh, I was way too. I thought he was the 80s. I remember
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
him because they showed up in
Well,
the X Force.
But yeah, I remember Rob Liefeld created him before he left for Image, which
Yep.
was 93.
Yep. Oh, okay.
So
So
yeah, was he's a little bit before that. So yeah, it wasn't quite that old. Okay, next one. Who came first, Ghost Rider or Hellblaze? Or Hell? I'm sorry.
Hellboy,
Who came first, Ghost Rider? We're talking about Johnny Blaze
Johnny Blaze,
or Hellboy.
Ghost Rider.
Correct. Ghost
Ghost Rider
Rider.
was like 68. I mean, he's old.
Yeah.
And then Hellboy was like, I don't think Hellboy was in the 70s. I'll go 1980.
So it was Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider was 1972.
So, okay, 72.
Hellboy 1993.
See, I keep getting like way too early for the ones I knew that are
Yeah.
newer. That's like
Right.
high school for me. God.
Right.
That
Yeah.
was actually after high school. That was college. Okay.
You were in college in 1993.
Yep. I was a freshman in college. I graduated high school in 1992, which is really weird since I'm 34 years old.
Right. It's weird that works. All right. Next one. Who came first, Invincible or Miles Morales Spider-Man?
Invincible. I want to say Invincible came first. And then Miles was, because Miles was introduced in the Ultimate Universe. And I want to say Miles wasn't even introduced till like 2001, 2000. No, probably later than that, 2004. And Invincible was like 1998, 99.
Yeah, you're still a little bit too far back.
Okay.
Invincible 2003 and Miles Morales was August of 2011.
Okay.
So 2011. So yeah.
Yeah, the Ultimate Universe. He's one of the survivors of the Ultimate Universe.
Right.
When they got rid of it.
All right. Next one. Aquaman or Namor the Submariner? They're going to get harder.
Yeah.
So,
I want to say Namor came first, but not by much. I'm going to say Namor was first and then Aquaman, but like really close.
yeah, you're right on track. So, yeah, it was Namor 1939
Yeah.
and then Aquaman just a
Was it
couple years later
1942,
1941.
41. Okay, yeah. I
Yep.
was like, they're like, I mean, I remember Namor was really old in the comics. He was like, he's like almost when Marvel first started, was one of their first characters.
Yeah, I had no idea that he's been around since 1939. That's
Yeah.
as long as Batman and almost as long
And
as
the
Superman.
Superman,
Yeah, that's crazy. This is like,
But again, he's one of those characters that like never got the fame of Superman. So he always
Yeah.
like showed up as a side character, and
mhm.
he was always a dick. He's always been a dick in every episode. Namor, he's always a dick. I mean, granted, I understand he's like the king. He's Aquaman, but with an attitude. It's my
Right.
people, and that's it. That's all I care about. We need to
Right.
save the Earth. Is it going to kill my people? Well, yeah. Okay. Well, then I'll help you. But like oh, we need your help. There's someone going to destroy the Earth. Is it going to affect the ocean? No. Okay. Well, then fuck you.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy that some of this like Aquaman's so much more popular
Yeah.
than you never really hear anything about Namor. All right, next one. Which one came first, the Flash or Quicksilver?
I think that's another one of those. Well, I'm going with the Flash. I know it's only thing of that because we get Quicksilver introduced. That's when we find out that he is the son of Magneto. So that was introduced later. But I still think he was, the Flash. I think came out in like the 40. Now we're talking Barry Allen, the Flash, right?
Yes, sorry. So yeah, Barry Allen
Yeah, Barry
Flash.
Allen. So
The
I
very
want to
first,
say
Barry Allen. Sorry.
60s.
Yeah.
And I
So
think
we're talking
Quicksilver
Barry
was
Allen
close
Flash.
too, like 70s. So I'm still going to go Barry Allen, the Flash, and then Quicksilver.
Correct. Barry Allen,
60.
1956.
Okay, 56.
Quicksilver, 1964.
Okay.
So yeah, not too far apart.
No. I mean, and you will find in most of these, you'll probably find that because you're doing DC Marvel, they aren't that far apart because they accuse each other of stealing things.
Yeah.
So
They totally
you
rip
just,
each other off.
yeah, you have to figure out who was first, and then the other one will be like 3 years later, they'll have their own version.
Right. Yeah, so that's a good segue into this next one.
Yep.
Swamp Thing or Man Thing?
Growing up, I thought they were the exact same thing. I thought they were the same person. But Swamp Thing came first, I believe. And the Swamp Thing, I want to say like 72. And I want to say Man Thing came out like in like 79, 80.
All right, that was your first one you got wrong.
Man Thing was first?
Yeah, but very close. So apparently the creators, Lin Wein, who created the Swamp Thing, and Jerry Conway, he created Man Thing. Apparently, they were roommates together when they came up with these characters, but they claim that they had no idea that the other
That
one
they were doing
created.
the other one.
So you could have gone. I mean, this one was really close. So it was Man Thing. They were both in 1971. Man Thing was in May, and Swamp Thing debuted in July. So they're only a couple of months apart.
Okay. Well, because I know like Swamp Thing became a little more popular because, we had Adrienne Barbeau, the Swamp Thing movie that came out like in 1982. And usually you don't get a movie for someone who's like a brand new character. They've had like a run for a while. But like Man Thing, I don't remember. I remember reading Swamp Thing. Like
Yeah,
I would read like Swamp Thing and Rom. Do you remember Rom? Like I would read all those obscure comics when I was a kid.
yeah.
I just never remember. Was Man Thing, did he have his own run? Because I always thought he was sort of like the Namor, where he like was just showed up in things.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if he did, it didn't. It wasn't, and it didn't take off like, and and Swamp Thing wasn't really,
No.
it wasn't that popular until you got he made it. You got the Alan Moore run, and that's kind of. I mean, even he did have his own series before that, but he kind of like Alan Moore
Yeah.
kind of like put him.
Made him.
Yeah, but
Oh, good to know. Okay, so
but yeah,
Man
that's really
Thing came
close.
first. That was
Yeah,
really close.
yeah. All right, Wonder Woman or Captain America.
I'm gonna go with Captain America was first, and at least like the 40s, because he was around the whole World War II Nazi thing that you know Captain America punched a Nazi.
It's a good
But
good thought
I
process.
I don't think that Wonder Woman, I mean, was not far after that, because I think Wonder Woman like came in like probably like 49, 50.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, I mean, your thinking's right. Exactly. So it is Captain America. They both debuted the same year, 1941.
Oh, okay.
So it was March of 1941 for Captain America and October for Wonder Woman.
Okay.
So they
Yeah.
came out the same year. All right, one more, the last one. Carnage from Marvel
Yeah.
or
Or
Spawn
Spawn. Oh, yeah, I was gonna
from
say probably.
Image.
Okay, I think Spawn was first because Carnage, we were still, so Secret Wars is when we first get Venom, and Secret Wars was the early 80s. Spawn already had a movie in the 90s. I'm still gonna go Spawn. I think Spawn was first because we don't get like any of those symbiotic like spin-offs until, Spider-Man got rid of the black costume and the symbiote, and then he went off and became Venom, and we had a Venom for a while, and then we started getting spin-offs of Venom with all his little carnage. And so yeah, so date-wise, I think Spawn, I want to say was like 85, 86, and I want to say Carnage was probably not too long after, like 89.
I don't think Image was around in 1985.
Oh, Image, that's right, is Spawn.
Yeah,
So that was the 90s. When did Spawn the movie come out? I thought Spawn the movie came out when I was in high school.
mid 90s. It wasn't too long after he came out in
Then
comics.
maybe I'm wrong. Then maybe Carnage should come first.
So what's your final answer?
I'm still gonna say final answer Spawn first.
Okay, it is Carnage.
Okay.
Carnage was in 1991, Spawn 1992.
Okay.
So they're
Well,
very
I was trying
close.
to think because we had to get the whole like Venom storyline and become popular until we got the spin-offs. And Venom came out in like the late 80s, right? Is that when we got Venom?
Yeah, because it was Todd McFarlane was still at
Yeah,
Marvel. He was
was
doing
still Marvin.
it was like late 80s, very early 90s. Yeah, maybe like
Yes.
88.
So I didn't realize that we got spin-offs of Venom that quickly with Carnage and that. But yeah,
Yeah,
I guess.
Venom was 1988.
Right. So Carnage was 91. We got some we got some Venom spin-offs quick. I didn't think they were
Yeah, it
that
didn't take
fast
right. Exactly.
because I knew more about Spawn in the 90s than I did Carnage and Venom
Yeah.
spin-off.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, it is crazy. I'm gonna see. I'm curious now. When did the movie come out? 1997. So only 5 years after the carrier was created.
And that's
They had a
probably what
movie.
happened is they probably Spawn, was such a good comic that people bought the rights to it right away at the movie theater.
Oh yeah.
The studios do that all the time. Like if a comic comes out and it seems to be a popular character, they buy the rights to it right away. The comic book, the production companies sell the rights. I mean, that's what happened right now with Remember 20th Century Fox and Sony and not having the rights to that until Disney bought Marvel and then bought 20th Century Fox. So now all they have left is to buy Sony. And
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, the problem is it's, Sony kind of sublet the rights to Spider-Man, but they have not sublet the rights to the Spider-Man verse.
Mm,
They still have the rights to all the other Spider-Man stuff, Gwen and Miles Morales and all that other stuff. So,
right.
we don't really get to see them much in Marvel Comics. But I do hear the Marvel movie, the new Spider-Man coming out, The Brand New Day, is going to have a plethora of villains, which I always
Yeah.
find really scary because
Yeah.
did we
Spider-Man
learn
3.
did we learn nothing from Spider-Man 3
Spider-Man
and
3.
the later Batman movies, the Joel
Oh, yeah.
Schumacher Batmans? When you start getting way too many villains, you start
Yeah.
losing
It's
something.
over. Yeah. Yeah. You definitely do. Yeah. Like, you see one good villain. Look at the Dark
Right.
Knight trilogy. You
Exactly.
know,
One good villain.
one good
I mean,
villain.
even if it wasn't a great movie, it had a great villain. I mean, Bane was amazing.
Yeah.
The
Yeah. The
movie was,
overall movie wasn't great, but Bane was awesome.
yeah. But the rumors are, it's Norman Osborn, it's Scorpion, it's Hobgoblin, that his friend's gonna turn into Hobgoblin, and we might get introduced to Gwen. And so it's really sounds like they're putting too much in it.
But is this gonna be Tom Holland's last movie as
Tom
Spider-Man, or?
Holland's last movie. Sounds like
Yeah,
it.
that's
I
what
mean,
I mean. It is until they add
yeah.
more zeros. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he's like, oh, okay, yeah, exactly. So
when
I don't know.
when his agent's like, what are you doing? I mean,
Yeah,
what do you have in the works? Although I think he has a lot of. I mean, have you seen the trailer? Yeah, because you went and saw Superman for the Odyssey.
yeah. Uh,
They
he's
are
a
showing.
he's in that.
Yeah, he's one of the main characters. He's the main character in Searching for His Father.
That's Tom Holland.
That is Tom Holland.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Yep.
just remember John Barenthal in that,
Yeah. And
and
so
then
it's
also
it's the
and they also have
Spider-Man and Punisher.
Robert Pattinson in it too.
Yeah,
So you got
Robert Pattinson's
Batman, the
Batman.
Punisher, and Spider-Man
There's someone else I was
all in
watching
that
an
other movie.
interview. I was watching an interview and they were talking about it, how they're still shooting it. I'm like, they're still shooting that damn movie? I mean, they've already given us a trailer.
Well, yeah, and it doesn't come out until summer
Till
of
to the
next
summer of
year.
next year.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
I
crazy.
want a Supergirl trailer if that's the case.
Yeah,
Because she comes out. I mean, and she's
that always
they're
comes
head
out
to
this
head.
summer.
They're coming out Spider-Man Brand New Day and Supergirl, the Girl of Tomorrow. Is that what it's called? I don't
It's
think I
just
think
called
they
it's
yeah,
just
so I
Supergirl
think
now.
they took it away, yeah. He
James Gunn
decided
likes selling you one title and being like, I
yeah,
changed my mind.
like whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow, Superman. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
Superman.
Well, it was Superman Legacy, and then he's
Legacy,
like,
that was it.
no,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
Superman
it's
now.
just Superman now.
And then the Woman of Tomorrow, no, it's just
It's just
Supergirl.
Supergirl. So Supergirl and Spider-Man Brand New Day come out the same weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they're gonna change. Someone's gonna change.
Yeah, it's
I
because it's
think.
going to be a head-to-head. It's like going to be a
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's
Just
going to
do it
be a
like
Fantastic
2 weeks
Four thing.
apart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do like 2 weeks apart, like Fantastic Four and
Yeah.
Superman did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll probably they're gonna change it. I think it doesn't. I don't know. Unless I guess it worked with for Barbie and Oppenheimer. I mean,
It did. Yeah, but
people
those
when you
are
saw both movies,
Oppenheimer and Barbie were two different movies.
that's
These are almost the two superhero movies. You don't want to
that's
compete
true.
each other.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already and again, I like the Fantastic Four, but I still think Superman blew it out of the water.
Well, for sure.
It
I
just
agree.
it didn't have the tent poles to keep going. People saw it the first weekend and then it kind of just like Kira just went and saw Superman again in the theaters. And ironically, it's now available on
It's
digital.
a
Although,
yeah.
did you
You
see
gotta
that? It's
you
really
gotta buy
weird.
it. You gotta
You
pay
can
for it. Yeah.
well, it's $29.99 to buy
Yeah.
or rent it for $24.99.
Right. I
Like,
saw that on Prime. Yeah. I was like,
yeah,
why don't you just buy it?
why don't you just buy it?
Yeah. But it was like it seems like a lot until you're like, well, if you go to the movies, you're gonna
Yeah.
spend that with 2 people anyways. That's even before buying
And
popcorn.
that really hasn't changed much. I mean,
Yeah.
remember when DVDs and video cassettes and every other VOD came out? They were about
Yeah.
$19.99. Like on
Yeah.
sale, you can get it for like
Or Blu-rays were
$18.
like Blu-rays were like almost the 25, 30
Yeah,
bucks, I think, when they first
$21
came
like
out.
on sale. It
Yeah.
was remember when the first movie, like a real popular movie, came out on DVD and Blu-ray? It was like you can get the Blu-ray for $19.99. Oh, no, I'm sorry, the DVD for $19.99 and the Blu-ray for like $22.99. So it's really
Right.
not that big of a price
It's
difference.
not. Yeah. it's not that bad to own it for $30. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
I do have to say though, it still kind of scares me buying digital movies because like where are they going? I mean, what happens if something crashes? You don't know, you
Well,
know,
yeah, and if you decide like, oh, I don't want Amazon Prime anymore, and you
right.
get it, then you can't watch it,
Yep.
even though
Well, I
you
don't
spent
think
30.
that's I don't think that works. I don't think it works that way. I think as long as you have an Amazon account, if you decide not to do Prime anymore, you still get the movies you purchased. You just don't get to
Right? Yeah.
watch any of the free stuff.
That yeah.
So
Right. Yeah, I guess. Or yeah.
I'm just
That's
gonna
a
wait.
good
I
point.
mean, it'll be on Max
Yeah, couple weeks.
before a couple
But
weeks.
apparently they pushed up the streaming date for Superman because of Peacemaker.
Oh,
Because
okay.
there's stuff in Peacemaker that has to do with the Superman, the
Yeah.
characters or the storylines or something. So they're
Yeah.
like they pushed it out before to get more eyes on it before the
I cannot wait
before
for
Peacemaker
Peacemaker.
2. Yeah, this week.
I'm watching the season 1 again. It's so good.
Yeah,
I
I
was
wanna
I
do
was
that, but
watching it with Kira because she has not seen it, and she wanted to see it. We watched the first episode. I'm like, "Hey, there's a sex scene coming up here." She's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, It's a full on. I know you don't mind sex scenes in movies, but I know you don't want to watch it with your father and mother sitting there on the couch. So you might want to like
is there
avert."
a I don't remember the full I mean, I remember him, like, dancing around in his underwear.
No, right before that, the
Yeah,
rocker girl that then kid tries to
yeah.
kill him. Yeah, he's full on doing her from behind.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah, I have to go
full
back
on.
and watch it, but there's so much stuff I wanna
Yeah,
watch. I don't know, but I just need more time or just less work.
yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
so
And the problem is, there's so much that I have to watch that my ADHD kicks in, and I end up watching something I've already watched before.
yeah.
Like, oh, there's so much I need to watch. You know what? I'll watch Smallville.
Yeah, we started to, and, Hannah doesn't, watch a ton of stuff. So when she wants to watch something, I'll watch a lot of stuff with her. It's, we watch stuff together. But we started watching Parks and Recreation from the beginning. It's so funny.
Love that show.
Yeah, I love that show.
You know that
So,
was technically going to be an Office spinoff.
yeah. Well, yeah, because it's the same kind of concept,
Yeah,
like
and
yeah,
the character that her best friend, played by Jones, Rashida
Rashida
Jones,
Jones. Yeah,
was going to be the character from The Office, but they decided against it. They wanted
yeah.
to make it its own thing. So
Yeah, I think that's better. They did that. Yeah, it's so funny. So we watched a few episodes of that so far from the beginning. Yeah, there's still a lot of other things I want to watch.
yeah, I loved Parks and Rec. I don't think I ever finished it though. I got like 4 or 5 seasons in, and I don't think I ever finished it. So I might watch that sometime.
Yeah, you should finish it. It didn't. I mean, just like a lot of shows that the last season wasn't great,
Yeah.
but they
Well,
do
and
like it.
because Chris Chris
Chris Pratt.
Pratt was like doing the whole movie star thing, so he wasn't showing up that much for it. And
Yeah, they did like a they jumped to the future in
yeah,
the
I know.
last
Yeah,
season.
never saw it.
Yeah, it's like 10 years in the future or something. It's weird. I don't know, but up until then, but it's it's definitely worth watching. It's but
So, to all our listeners, or viewers, I mean, we're going to post some videos, but to all our listeners, we are going to be starting up hardcover again, probably once a month, if not more, if we have the chance, but mostly once a month. That gives us some time to read and pile up some books
sweet.
that we've read.
Yeah, it's like a reading recap, reading roundup, reading just talk about comics.
So, keep an eye out for our episodes. But other than that, is there anything else you want to discuss, Jared?
No, it's
No?
good. No,
All
I'm
right.
glad
So,
we got together and talked some comic books.
yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, me
Go
too.
ahead and wrap us up, Jared. Where can people find us?
Yeah, so we're on all the socials. Check us out: Instagram, hardcover_hideout. We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube. What's the new one? Lemonade. I haven't got on that one yet. I don't know what that is, but
Oh, what's lemonade? Never
I
heard
don't
of
know.
lemonade.
Yeah, it's another social media
Actually,
from the
oh, that's right, because it was
from the
probably
TikTok
it's
people.
yeah, it was created to battle if we lost TikTok, so it'd be
Yeah,
lemonade.
I don't know. I see stuff. I don't know. Anyways,
Are
we're
we supposed to answer like this? What is this lemonade
what's this
thing?
lemonade? Well, it's
Lemonade.
lemon with an 8, with the number 8. So it's lemon 8. Anyways,
Anyways, okay, we're not on there right now.
we're not on there. Yeah.
We may be.
But check us out. And of course, our podcast, if you're listening to this, then you probably found us, but we're on everywhere you find your podcasts, Spotify, Apple. I mean, that's pretty much, that's
Yeah.
seems like where everyone gets their stuff. YouTube Music, maybe.
YouTube.
But
And then, of course, check us out on our other podcast. What's My Lane Again? A Hardcover Hideout production.
if you want to hear all kinds of pop culture stuff,
Yep.
not just comic books,
Not just
but
comics,
we nerd out about all kinds of other shows.
movies, TV, everything.
Anyway,
All right. So, again, I'm Chris.
I'm Jared.
Happy reading.
Happy reading.